Previously at the MX Nationals. With the grueling Fatcat Moto Park circuit proving to be difficult for many. Some managed it just fine.
First rewind show of the year. Here we are, folks. Not many of you watching just yet, but this is our first one on a new channel. We're doing it on YouTube, not on Facebook. Some of you are then going to see this because we're going to put it on Facebook later, but it won't be live. But anyway, you're going to watch it. And then when we come to do the second one after Landrake, we get more of you on commenting. But right now, there's a few of you logged on. Let's bring the first rewind guests on. First and foremost, my beautiful looking father of two who has escaped the household just to do this. Callum on.
How you doing, mate?
I'm all right. Listen, is parenting that bad already that you've had to literally escape the house?
Mate, this is heaven. You know when you said, do you want to do this? I thought, oh, do you know what? I could be in pretty as close to peace and quiet as there is for at least 30 minutes with Jeff. I mean,
we don't get much peace and quiet normally when we do the live stream, but this is
this is
chill.
This is chilled. Yeah, it's all good.
So we're going to talk. So basically, the objective or plan with a rewind show is to exactly that: rewind, look back to round one or whatever round it is. If obviously after Landrake, we'll be looking back to Landrake, but then also looking forward to the next round. To make these fun, we are going to get a rider on every time, and I thought, what better way to start the rewind show with a rider that I think's got plenty of character. Showtime, the one and only Charlie Knick Knack Paddywhack or Knack Knack Paddywhack give a dog a bone. Putnam, there he is.
How's it going? How are you? You all right?
I'm all right. Charlie, first and foremost, thanks for coming on.
No worries.
Because why are you? I can't understand.
I'm probably more nervous for this than any race.
Well, do you know what? Like but to be honest, let's just think about Charlie. He's definitely not nervous when he's racing, is he? He's just out there.
I've just been stretching, ready for this. That's more than I do for a race.
Obviously, I can tell Callum's in his van. Seemingly, you're in my van. What are you two after my gig as man in the van, or what? What are you playing at?
Yeah, we are men in the van.
For it.
Where are you, Charlie?
Dented up and stuff. It's not quite as good. I'm laying underfloor heating at the minute.
Well, you sat in a van. Are you? I want to inspect your work. Yeah. How far away are you from actually seeing the work? Let me have a look. I want to see it. This is good stuff.
Putnam Plumbing and Heating, do a great job.
New sponsor of the series right there.
Oh, nice.
Look at the view as well.
Whose pad's that?
Too much money.
Yeah, nice.
Have they got too much money? Well, get them to sponsor you for Christ's sake. All the series.
Well, yeah. I'll show them the MX Nationals.
Well, yeah.
It's a lot warmer now.
Listen, well, thanks for coming on. I didn't realise you were working late. But there you go. You got to do what you got to do, and you're not pro, so you go to work like a load of our riders.
It's totally self-inflicted. I want to go back out to America again, so I've just got to try and.
Hey. Talking about America, I am going to be there. I'm going to be there at Parlour for round one, and I'm going to witness with my own eyes Tony Caroli lining up.
Oh, that is unreal, isn't it?
And mate, I don't know, like what I'm going to have to take. I'm predicting 3 pairs of underwear to that day. Definitely,
you will do.
I'm so glad we're there to witness it.
Yeah, honestly, I'm so pumped for that. Like, that's just nuts. What's that?
I'm just looking at my wall planner. Is that when you're missed because you're not going to be with us for Ling, are you?
That's when I'm going to miss.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah. it's all right. We're just, as good as the MX Nationals are, we're being Norwich.
Norwich. It's as good as Cali.
Yeah,
yeah. It's like the UK equivalent.
To be fair, like Cali's the best one to go to. I mean, like as far as the track, there are way better tracks in America, aren't there? But at least like when you're in California, you can when you're done, you can just go and do stuff. Like most of the tracks are just in the middle of absolutely nowhere, aren't they? So
it is living the dream, isn't it? It is full Playboy lifestyle.
Maybe we should. I'll put this to Paul and Neil, but maybe we should organise some kind of annual MX Nationals trip.
let's do that.
To America. I'll work on that. I'll work on that.
Group bonding.
Yeah,
bonding exercise
down Muscle Beach.
But let's try and put California out of our minds and rewind back to round one at Fatcat. So obviously the weather was amazing, the track was brutal. Let's go straight to a rider that rode it.
Track, that one, isn't it?
Let's go to me and Callum just said it was brutal in commentary. Just looked terrible.
It was that was my worst night.
Not terrible, sorry, because obviously it's a racetrack. You know what I mean? But tough, brutal.
Yeah, really tough.
Yeah, it's exactly how it looked. Like your back's in bits by the end of it. Your legs are hurting. You're contemplating life on the way home. You're glad you've done it. You're glad it's finished. Halfway on the Saturday night, after racing Saturday, and you got it again on the Sunday. You're like,
oh, we're selling it. We're selling it to riders that want to come and ride the series.
Normal life hurts my back.
Brilliant.
Far too much. I looked at that and I just thought, you honestly couldn't pay me money to ride that. But everybody who went out there, I'm talking small wheels all the way to pros. You lot absolutely smashed it, and you made it look.
Fair play to the 85. Because
wow,
a big bike.
There you go. Look, that's a good way to start. So for the track was obviously tough, brutal for round one of any championship, but we ran. The weather was amazing. So let's get into that.
Charlie came straight from the nest. He's been out like Sandbox and all that, and MTF, like nice groove tracks, and turned up to that. Oh, but that was great.
There's no let up, is there? There's just no let up.
No,
the whole way round.
No.
Right.
Plus one lap at the end of the race is like a
torture.
It's like one whole lap.
Well, obviously, for anybody watching that wasn't there, and if you haven't seen the live stream on this very YouTube channel, you can go and watch it. It's also on MXN-TV. Actually, the whole live stream is on MXN-TV, so go and check it out. But we've got individual race edits on this very channel, MX Nationals YouTube. Right, let's get into then very quickly running through the results. I'm going to go, very just the top three because we rattled through them. In the Sintel Small Wheel 85, it was Archie J. Gurdon who basically won all but the third race. Alfie Getters Green took the win in that one and had 2 seconds and a third. Mm-hmm. And then Blake Ward Clark coming in with the other one. So, fellas, your standpoint, you've just said it. Small Wheel 85s in particular, Charlie. God, it must be like that was tough going for them with those ruts and the bumps that they were. Do you get a chance to watch any of the 85 racing?
Not too much, if I'm honest. I appreciate it, but the names I'm not really too clued up on.
Yeah.
But just to watch them going around is like fair play. And some of them are quick, aren't they?
Yeah.
I would
really
hate them
quick
to be in my race.
Yeah, some of them are really, really quick. Like you watching
smoked by an 11-year-old.
I always remember like Charlie Heyman being in there and thinking, no, that's just freak. Like, what a freak. Like, how are you going that fast on
and
that
they're
bike?
Just like, their posture and everything is like...
Yeah.
I mean, they've been watching too many YouTube videos, haven't they?
Yeah, well, but the thing is, though, they're getting groomed, aren't they, from like kids now, like the whole way through from being like sort of 10, 11, you're in like an academy and you taught the process. I think we were a bit more like, you just, mate, there's your bike, go and ride it.
On. Yeah.
I remember I was over the bars so many times on Small Wheel.
Yes, I used to. When I was a kid, constantly going over the handlebars. Constantly.
Well, like I said, they all get coaching. They all do that now. But some names you will be aware of. By the way, anybody, if you want to comment on this, just write a comment in the box below and we get to see it. And I'll pull it up on the screen if you've got anything interesting to say. Or you just want to, pan us, whatever, anything funny, I'll pull it up on the screen. Big Wheels then, since all Big Wheels. Now, this is a name you would have heard of, Charlie. Billy Askew swept all four, even though he had a perler in one race, didn't he? And he had to ride the race a bit bullet head. Lots of peak. Josh Fell basically brought it home on the SJP motorbike with 4 seconds. And then Charlie Richmond, who's actually looking good on the Matt Gardner KTM. So that was your top 3 in the big wheels.
He's a stylish kid, isn't he? I know him quite well.
Big time. Big time.
He's a nice kid, Ian. Yeah. Don't tell him I said that.
You know, when you've got that, when you've got that stuff. But you know, like when you look at him and how comfy he looks on the bike, I always think when you look to people like that, they're the ones that could potentially, you know, I'm not saying the others won't, but take it a bit further, you know, because if you're riding with that much comfort at that pace, at that sort of age, you've got like, you know, you've got a lot more speed to find.
Only a little lad as well, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got a lot to give. He's going to be very good.
This championship,
they all are. Yeah, the top, the big wheels this year, they're all very close, aren't they? Like, you know, very close.
The big wheels are good racing to watch as well.
Mm.
Yeah, there's still that case argument of like, well, maybe they should still be separated, but I don't know. I think it works at the MX Nationals to have all the 85 kids in one class. You know, you still get small wheels up there racing. Look at Cole McCulloch last year, man. He was up the front on the small wheel. So
at the end of the day, Jeff, it's an adult championship, isn't it? It isn't a schoolboy championship. So, you know, there's
it makes
something
a jump
on there,
easier as well when you go to big wheel, doesn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Well, basically.
You know what you're expecting, don't you?
Well, talking of making jumps, let's get into the 125 youth class, because Cole McCulloch literally bypassed the big wheel and has gone straight into the 125, and he basically got it on the box at round 1, came in third.
Yeah.
You know, he had that awesome final motor going, but then we had that red flag incident, and he thought
I don't think it's a bad shout so long as you're strong enough to ride the bike properly.
Yeah, well, clearly he come in third on the Milwaukee machine, and then
it was a test for him around there as well.
Yeah.
So.
And then Coleman basically getting 3 seconds and a third. But again, Charlie Heyman, just the man of the class at the minute. And I mean, last year...
That must have been irritating for Coleman, I thought. I think there was a few occasions that I think Coleman, like, he'd put himself in a better position, and Charlie's not the best at putting himself in a good position sometimes. He gets bad starts now and again, things like that. Coleman's quite good at getting himself there. And I don't know, he just didn't quite have the edge on him, did he? And I'm sure he'll find it, and I'm sure he'll get close.
Well, I hope so. You know, because obviously we all want to see, as good as Charlie is, we know Ollie's there and some of the others, and we want to see races up front. And
you want to see, you do, and also you want to see them pushing each other on, because Charlie should be doing EMX really. I mean, I know his reasons why he's not, but he's fast enough.
So in the 250s, I'm going to have another rider that starts the season really well and is really desperate to get this 250 MXY title. Tyler Westcott. He was pretty emphatic, I'd say. He swept all motos. I was impressed with him, Callum. Would you agree?
Yeah. He was good. He was solid, really.
Yeah, he was good to watch as well.
Yeah, so
he's like a bulldog to ride, isn't
he? Yeah. He's big, isn't he, for a young kid?
Yeah.
Strong.
He can crash and come back from it as well, can't he?
Yeah, he's strong.
So Charlie, this is a class that you've got, the lads a bit more because they're a bit older, I guess, and you keep an eye on this one a bit more.
Well, Ty was out. We went to a couple of years ago, and didn't get rat-arsed. He was a funny lad.
Good lad.
Getting dragged around the floor naked. Yeah, lovely kid.
Hold on. Hold that story for another day.
Yeah, we'll keep that story for another time. I'll let him remember that one.
So he's got maximum score, obviously. Bayliss Utton came in second overall. He's basically 14 points off the lead. He got
his surname gets me. I in my head I'm like
Uting. I think it's Bayliss Utton, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Uting. We're better double check that with him. Bayliss, if you get to see this, let us know. Before Landrake, how to pronounce
letter
the
off
name?
his shirt, doesn't it?
What's that?
He's missing the first letter. Every time I see it, is it fell off or lovely kid? Yeah, it might be a lovely kid.
I'm sure.
It's the name, don't.
Well, I can already see a pun there. If he has a bad race and he DNFs, I'm going to call him Bayliss Gutting. Jack Taylor, Team Green right, a steady start for him. He had 3 thirds and a fourth, nice steady start. Obviously I worked with Jack at Team Green, so good to see him to get off to a good start.
Yeah, he's a good rider as well. I think that's not his thing. How Fatcat's was. We all know how good he is on hard pack tracks and stuff. So
yeah, it's again.
I don't think that's anyone's thing, is it, Fatcat?
no, no.
That's
no.
just
Unless you
just
like
survival, really. Unless you're
unless you
enduro.
just lommel. But I mean, even it wasn't even Sean's ting, and he's a sand ting man.
Yeah,
Like,
Enjoy it.
I
Enjoy winning,
wouldn't-
but didn't enjoy the track.
no.
I can safely tell you it's not my cup of tea. But I don't need to race it anymore, so I'm all right.
No. I'm all right. I love watching it.
Yeah, let's move on to the. By the way, the MXY2 classes were brought to you by Seven. I forgot to mention that. Let's get on to the Clubman Mx2 then, brought to you by Moto Connection. So, Ben Wainwright, last year's champion. We've done a new ruling in the MX Nationals this year, where basically if you win back-to-back titles, you have to move up a class. And he started off well. He's certainly on track. He robbed all four. Ryan Gardner. Yeah, Ryan Gardner got second, and good to see Matt Pocock still out there tearing it up with us as well. So again, this Clubman class is going to be good. We always big them up, and we should.
I couldn't, but I couldn't actually believe. Like, and I mean, I know Ben won last year, didn't he? But he looked even better. Like, he's obviously been putting the work in over the winter, and he's a small lad, but he's strong. He's very strong, very strong.
Charlie, as a racer, you know, like. Obviously, to make the MX Nationals work, we got the Clubman, we got a lot of classes.
They're good to watch. To be fair, the Clubman.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Do you think it's
scary race to watch sometimes?
Yeah,
but they hang it out, don't they?
Yeah,
probably
but
more
from a rider's
I'd say.
From a rider's point of view and a fan of sport, but you're also a rider. Do you think it adds to the series, or would you as an expert rider think, well, obviously more bikes out there, the track gets rougher? Or, would you prefer to have less races and less classes, or do you like the fact that it's loads of riders out there and everybody's coming together on the weekend?
I love the fact that you got the 2 days and that many races on. The track's always rougher than you go to a British, and it's nowhere near as rough as an MX Nationals because you've got people pulling away and braking in different places. It just makes it
and you've got sort of
brutal, really.
At the British, you've got the lines are better, aren't they, as well? Let's be honest. The corners get deep and stuff, but they're always better.
The have got like a straight in the middle at British because everyone's braking last minute, whereas at the MX Nationals, where you got the Clubman and stuff, it brings the braking bumps back and it makes it rougher. And it's good to watch the Clubman and for them to experience the same track and then watch the pros on the Sunday, I think. So they can actually see what the difference is and
I always
where
used
they're
to
going wrong and stuff
much
like that.
prefer racing on the Sunday because, being an amateur, when I did Clubman stuff or whatever, I used to do the KWS back in the day. But I used to love riding on the Sunday because the pros would go out and cut in loads of really good lines in qualifying in the morning, and the track would always be way better.
The track
would always be way better.
It's always different on the Sunday, isn't it? I've noticed that from doing the experts on the Saturday and then the Sunday.
Yeah, because the pros go out for qualifying and cut in better lines, that they wouldn't have.
What is the better you get at motocross? You only ride Sundays when you turn pro, don't you? You never race Saturdays.
Yeah,
well,
weird.
Obviously, say that. Last year, the MX Nationals tried that thing of having the pros on the Saturday. Some of them were really up for it. Others wasn't. Some teams wasn't because of the budget of running pros for 2 days or whatever. But we tried it.
I suppose it does come down to budget, doesn't it? As well, like the cost of looking after, even your pace, the damage you do to a bike. No, Charlie. The damage Charlie would do to a bike.
Cheers, Cal.
In 10 hours compared to what I do, it's a lot. It's a lot different. It's a lot different.
Yeah, that's because I crash too much, Joe.
Yeah, you'll go through a set of bars. Charlie will do a set of bars, a subframe. It'll fuck a pipe up. Oh,
he's at it again.
Mess a pipe up.
Yeah, it'll bust a pipe.
Glad that won't
We've got new 4 sets of tyres. I'm talking in 10 hours. Probably a couple of sets of pads. I wouldn't even do a set of brake pads, mate. So
it's
interesting.
Chaos on the bike.
Let's move on and just recap the results. Basically, I'm going to rattle through all the classes here, and then we'll just overview the whole lot.
Can I just say something quickly? This is why I was so nervous. I'm getting so much abuse coming through on the top of my phone here.
Brilliant. Can you read
brother...
very quickly before I go through all the results? Can you read some said abuse? But obviously, be careful on the language.
My little brother.
Well, I've already done that. I've already ruined it.
Say again, Charlie.
Little brother's put, God, you're ugly.
Yeah.
Alfie's put, what's up with your eyes? Trying to take Wobbly Bob's limelight. You know, there's... I'm gonna have a lot of. On,
right. So you wasn't nervous about coming on speaking to us. You're just nervous of social media trolls, basically.
Oh, it's just the abuse. Yeah, it's brilliant.
I wouldn't worry about that. You get used to it. Me and Callum get plenty of that.
Yeah, I mean, I beat myself up over stuff, so don't worry. I remember dropping an F-bomb live on air when I didn't realise the mic was on. So Charlie, stuff happens, mate.
I particularly enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was very good. Straight rhythm.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
We'll do that again. So
I'm trying not to.
Let me quickly rattle through the results, and then we're going to get on to all the awards that we have: the Kex fastest lap, Planet Motor first lap leader, and the Dirty Hard Charger award. But let me just give a recap of the results for those of you who don't remember. So the Works Sports Financial Services, have I got that right?
Works Sports Insurance.
Works Sports Insurance, Clubman Mx2 class. Michael Graham, the Geordie, he was good in the winner's circle, very entertaining. He took the overall with 3 firsts and fifth or sixth.
Yeah,
good Adam Reeves coming second, and then Connor Baldery got third. So that was the Clubman. In the amateur class, we're going to be getting onto Charlie's class soon. See how he got on. In the Moto Verde Amateur MX2, that was particularly good. Dan Bruff came in third ahead of Lewis Gwynn, and Luca Pegg basically romped it, and he even very nearly won the last moto in what Callum described as a battle for, what was it, Nuneaton? What did you say it was? You remember we had
the battle of the Ashby battle.
No, Ashby, yeah, he was racing
the Ashby de la Zouche, yeah,
right. That's right, because we had Harry, because obviously they're in the same race, so we had Harry Bradley sweeping the MX1, and he was going at it with Luca Pegg in the last race. It was a real good race.
Oh no, it's Tamworth. They are. They're
Tamworth.
They live, but they live across the street from each other. So it's fastest man in Tamworth.
Yeah. Lewis Taylor, he came in second with a couple of thirds and a second and a fourth, and then John Kirk came in third. Now, this one, let's get into the expert class. Let's see where Charlie is in this, because I don't actually remember what he got.
You might have to do a bit of scrolling, Jeff.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
you don't want to know.
I'm going to start an expert MX2, basically brought to you by Race Effects. So let's see what we've got in here. Right, Bailey Johnson took the overall in MX2 quite convincingly. Particularly good on the Sunday, he was actually. Sam Atkinson on the Phoenix Tools Even Strokes Kawasaki was second ahead of Josh Coleman. That was the top three. And then, right, let's see how our guest done.
Have you got one of them like rolly mouses, like where you can just...
No, I'm scrolling down. I'll go from the top.
It wasn't the best weekend, I've got to be honest. I lacked the effort. I mean, Callum said it himself. I lacked the effort.
Okay, I can... Hold on, Callum, before we go further. Hold on. No, it's not as bad as you think. Sean Southgate.
I didn't mean it like that.
Okay.
Sean Southgate. Ask my missus. I moaned all week about it. Go on,
let me run through these quickly, fellas.
Just start from the bottom, Josh. Start from the bottom, Jeff, and go up.
No, and I'll start from the top. Just hear me out. Sean Southgate took the overall with 3 firsts, and I think he had a 5th or 4th in one of the motors. Jaden Ashwell, he was entertaining to watch. He came in second. Third was Jordan McCaw, just missing the podium, the box. Number 91, Mr. C. Putnam.
Hell of a weekend. It wasn't great. I had a few crashes. There. The bike stopped in 2 of the races. I don't know if you saw that.
What was that about?
Not too sure if I'm honest. We never actually found out in the end.
Well, that's a bit ropey, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not ideal. I mean,
we never found out.
I really, yeah. Well, good. You should never blame your bike, even though when it does break down. I'm joking.
I just got there, and did you see it on the live stream? And it just went on me, and I was like, "Oh, I can't believe."
I want to address my comment. What I meant by lack of effort is not. I think you just thoroughly enjoy what you're doing, and it's more of like, I love just riding my dirt bike. You don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a criticism.
No, if I'm honest with you, I would agree with you. This year, I've put a bit of effort in. I've actually lost 10 kilos from my lockdown weight.
And you can see it, mate. You can see it.
But,
you can see it. 100%
yeah, I would agree
you
with
can see
you.
it.
Before, I was,
You just loved it. You love just swinging your leg over your bike, and you love right. And do you know what?
I still do.
Wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, mate. And it's not a crit. It's constructive criticism. It's not an actual direct.
I'm glad I got an explanation. That's all.
He does. He does love swinging. He does love swinging his leg over the bike, doesn't he? Because he's Mr. Knack-Knack, isn't he? He loves swinging his leg over the bike.
I need to find a new trick. I need to
Right,
get a
you
new
do.
one,
Hill clickers.
not-
I want to see a
I've been
hill
thinking
clicker.
about a double can, but I don't know if I'm comfortable enough with it yet.
You'll have to ask Olivia Reynolds. She might be able to talk you into something like that.
Right. Look, let's get into the pros very quickly before we get on all these awards. Right. Pro MX2 or Elite MX2 brought to you by Pico. We go from third up. Callum Mitchell, solid ride, podium, good for him. I thought he was particularly strong, not where I'd expect him to finish. Carlton Husband, he's always there in the championship. He's got off to a good start on the Phoenix Tools Team stroke Kawasaki. But I have to say, I certainly didn't see a 1-1 coming from Jamie Carpenter on the GRT Impact.
No.
KTM. Did you? Did any of you? Because I would have said, like, if he makes a podium,
and again
great.
at the cocktails,
he's just
done it again.
Man's a machine. He's got that confidence, hasn't he? He's got the ball rolling. But you know what?
He never lacks the effort either, does he?
He thoroughly deserves it. He really does deserve it. He's been grinding for years, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So you know what? It pays off eventually.
Yeah, they were some good rides.
No, honestly, I was, really impressed with him. So this championship's going to be good.
And I think that team's good for him as well because they're a small team, aren't they? And I think they can like focus on him a little bit. He's
the
like
bikes are a trick as well, don't they?
Yeah, bikes are a trick.
He's like
he's the main head, isn't he? So that everything's around like what Jamie wants. He's in a good place. If he was somewhere like, even like on your dad's team, you're not going to be the big dog, are you? So he's probably in a good place for him, to be able to do something. Let's
get into the Leat Pro Elite MX1 then. Top three again. Sean Simpson. I know Sean is effectively, like you could argue winding down his career or whatever. So it'd take a third, but I think he was suffering out a real bad.
You two are brutal, aren't you?
Yeah, what? I don't care, mate.
Why? What's he just done?
Huh? No, you. Both of you.
What do you mean brutal?
Don't mind calling out riders.
Yeah, no, I don't mind, mate.
He's on the way down.
No, I don't mean he's on the way down. I don't say he was on the way down. Stop putting words in my mouth.
For an old boy.
Stop putting words in my mouth. I said
Farley soon on the vets.
He's wrapped up his GP career and he's basically. And then I did go on to say, which I think is the real reason. He did have. I think he had a real stinking cold or something, because what I could make out from his social media that weekend. Because what I mean by that is it's a soundtrack, and you always expect Sean to be like really at the sharp end, going for wins, and he was just a bit off the pace. Harry Koulas did what Harry Koulas does. He basically is just always going to be there or thereabouts, which is why
the man is an animal.
Yeah, he was solid.
He just keeps going, doesn't he? You don't even say anything; just keeps plugging.
No, it says nothing. Just you just get like an Instagram post 1-1 on weekend. Thanks to a sponsor. Done.
Even if he's happy or sad, he just
done. Like you get nothing from it.
But just like MX2, I know, Charlie, you can bring us some insight into this because you were with him over there in Florida riding in the sand. But still, again, just like MX2 with Carpenter,
pretty underwhelming.
I certainly didn't have Josh Gilbert down to go 1-1. And even if I had had him down to go 1-1, it would have been a more tighter battle for it than I. He
destroyed
it. He was literally. I could not believe that. I would have
he's
never.
He's an underrated rider, I think. Don't tell him I said this because he'll love it. But he is. I think he's always been good, but he's quiet again. He's like Koulas.
Well, I think he's always been good, and I think for a few years he's probably not believed how good he actually is, like in himself. And I think now he's actually starting to believe it. he's going to be a bit more dangerous.
Yeah, he does go well. He did say his secret to winning Fatcats was 6 weeks with me. It's enough to make anyone win, really.
It probably is. It's probably, yeah, you know, maybe he was just so relieved to get back from over there and get away from you that he took all his frustration
putting his helmet
out.
on and just having silence, not hearing me talking.
Yeah.
He was loving it.
He just basically
he was
had
doing
a
45-minute motos out there just to get away from me.
Yeah, and like a zen, like he just had a zen moment to escape you.
He's trying to chase
amazing.
me the whole time in America. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's it. You pulled his speed on a little bit.
Yeah, I just 2 seconds lap he gained, I think, chasing me.
I think that
we took him down the beach, played some volleyball.
You're underselling yourself, actually.
Training.
Maybe that is the key. I mean, you're his trainer.
I'll have everyone messaging me, spend 6 weeks with me.
I can imagine, though, old Put's got some sprint pace in him if he wants to go.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think Charlie would do some sketchy stuff to go fast, like, wouldn't you? You do some weird, sketchy stuff.
There was a few times in America where we were going for the quali laps and it ended up. There was one track. It was Skytop, it was called, and you come over and it splits off 2 ways, and in the middle of the split, like a pond lake thing, and the woman told me there's gators in there. And as it split, we're on the quali lap, and I high sided off into the gator pond, and I never got out of there so quick.
Mate, no one.
I was already running back to the bike.
That's just the sort of thing that you would do, though, isn't it? That's just they'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's just
cheers, yeah.
Don't worry, it's just Charlie. He's fine."
But it was a quick lap.
Well, maybe we should see. Maybe if I can get this MX Nationals trip to group trip to America, we can experience it for ourselves.
I'd love to see it for myself.
That basically, in a shortest possible, we could have it much shorter, but anyway, recaps what happened at round 1, but not entirely. That was the results. That's what happened. But there's other results and awards that we are going to announce tonight. We're going to do this on the Rewind show. I've been playing around. Well, I didn't design these graphics clearly, but I'm going to try and do it semi-professional. So I'm going to bring up here. Look, we're going to get into first. Let's go with the Keck's fastest lap. Look at that. There you are. That's the award. So it does exactly what it says on the tin. This is basically who did what. Okay, so the Keck's fastest lap. Let me scroll down. Here we go. I'm going to find it. Where did I put it now? That's the bloody question. Here we go. We'll start off with the small wheel. So there you go, across the bottom. These are the winners of the Keck's fastest laps. In the small 85, Archie J. Gurdon did a time of 2:18.4004. Big wheel. So you can compare the times here. Billy Askew did a 2:05.012. Yeah, look at the difference there. That's insane, isn't it? Charlie Heyman, a 1:55.811 to set the fastest lap of the weekend in the 125s. MXY2 was Tyler Westcott. So look at there. Charlie Heyman, that's basically nearly 3 seconds quicker.
Yeah, 1:55 is fast.
Yeah. So
really
they all won their awards. Obviously, they get a discount voucher from Keck's and whatever. Moving into the Clubman Mx2, there's Ben Wainwright. He got a time of 2:14, which again, compared with, just check it out. You see, if I go back to the Clubman, to the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, he's showing off now. Look at that.
Look at that. So, not to say, they are Clubman, but Ben Wainwright was solid. So he got the quickest time in the Clubman Mx2. Clubman Mx1 was Adam Reeves there, a little bit quicker. And then the time started coming down, obviously, as we go up. So the amateur riders are 2:08. Track's rougher a little bit, but then it's done all over the weekend, actually, all 4 races.
So it could have got it in any of them, but
exactly.
It's probably going to be the first one, isn't
it? Moving into the EMX experts, Bailey Johnson was quickest there with 2:06.
Charlie Heyman smoked Josh Gilbert.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. Mad as that. So
Josh got lucky.
Let's just do that
Josh
again.
got lucky. Charlie wasn't in his race.
Yeah, that is crazy, actually, isn't it? That is actually nuts.
There you go. 1:55.81. Obviously, they go out pretty much second race, so the track would have been flat on a Saturday.
He's still on a
probably.
1:25.
But there you go. 1:55.81. And then Josh was a 1:57 and a Carpenter 2:04. So that's why these are interesting, these fastest laps awards. You can really look at it. It's pretty cool, eh? So there
I
we
like
go. They all received their Keck's Fastest Laps awards. I'm now going to move on, show off even more now. Let's get rid of them. Look at me messing about with all these little gadgets.
You love a bit of StreamYard, don't you?
Love it.
It's a good bit of software, though, isn't it? I like it.
It's all right. It's all right. I still don't really know what I'm doing with it, but we're rocking.
I can't even log into Instagram, let alone do all this.
So let's move on to that. Look at that. Planet Moto first lap leader. It's good, isn't it?
Oh, down there. Have a look at
clean,
that.
mate. Clean.
So first lap leader awards, but we're doing this in a different way. Check it out. It's going to scroll along the bottom. There you go. That is.
Look at that.
Yeah, I know.
So Billy Askew, Harry Bradley, Charlie Heyman, and Ben Wainwright.
Yes, and then there's a bunch of other riders who have all got 1 point. So basically, the Planet Moto first lap leader, you get 1 point when you cross the line first, and the winner at the end of the year with the most points wins the trip to down to Spain with the guys at Planet Moto. So at the minute, after round one, Charlie got 3, as you can see there. So he's leading the way, along with Billy Askew. No, not Charlie. Sorry, Billy Askew got 3. Harry Bradley got 3. Charlie Heyman 2. Ben Wainwright 2. And then there's a bunch of others here that I will mention. Give him an honourable shout out.
I'm just watching Charlie get stressed. Sorry, just.
My phone's running out of battery. I was trying to put it on.
It's all right. Okay, we get through it. We're going to speed it up. So the
I'm
other
on charge
riders
now. I'm good.
The other riders.
I've got 10% left.
Look how red I can't.
Okay.
Come on.
Stop talking and I'll rattle through it. Tyler Westcott, Bayless Utting, Mitchell Collins, Connor Baldery, Adam Reeves, Keaton Stewart, Logan Wilcox, Matteo Mio, Jaden Ashwell, Josh Waterman, and Sean Southgate all also have 1 point. They were all our Planet Moto first lap leaders from round one.
Matteo was very impressive. He was a good rider.
Yeah. So let's get rid of that, and let's get rid of that. And now we're going to go. I'm loving life here. We're going on to this. A brand new award. Look at that. Charlie, it looks like your head's just above a cow. It looks cool. There you go. I'll remove that. That's the Dirty Hard Charge Award. So what this is, basically Ryan Wilson, who's built the Dirty app. What that is you can go and book on meetings or practice tracks and book online through that. And what he's doing is offering up points or awards. So whoever gets the most points and awards, it will be deducted off of when you want to go to a practice track or a race meeting. So basically, you're scoring points to make your racing or practicing cheaper.
It's a good idea, isn't it? It's a very good idea,
actually.
It is really cool. So what this is, the Hard Charger is awarded on in the youth classes, 85 and 123 categories. Youth riders, 85s and 125s, 250s. Then the adult classes, so that's Clubman, Amateur, and Expert. And then the third class is the pros. So basically, it's the rider that made up the most places throughout the weekend in each of those categories. And here it is. These are the first Dirty Hard Charge Award winners. Right. So in the 85cc class, or youth class, sorry, Jake Walker in race 1, he hit the deck. He was 37th over the line on the first lap, but pulled his way all up to 11th, made 26 places. So he's the Hard Charger Award in the youth category. We've got a tie in the adult category. Michael Graham, as you can see there, in the first MX1 race, was 33rd on the first lap and got up to 5th, gained 28 places. But also Dan Bruff also did the same in Amateur MX2, crashed 36th on the first lap, got up to 8th. So they. I bet
that's a good feeling, overtaking that many people.
Yeah,
I bet you feel like
he was good. Dan was good. Dan's actually got a broken leg.
Yeah.
At the moment, but he is. I think he's still racing the second round. He's still going to go for it because it's only like a stress fracture. I think it's pretty stable, so I think he's going to be okay. Yeah, that's okay.
So it's stress fracture. He'll be fine.
So,
he'll be fine.
Charlie, then just move on. In the pros, the rider that made the most gains in the pros, elite pros, was Carlton Husband in the MX, basically in the second fastest 40 moto. He was 33rd lap on the first over the line on the first lap and worked his way up to 12th. Gained 21 places. So they've all scored
that's
points.
That's a lot of place in that class, isn't it?
Yeah. So what I'm thinking, Charlie, I've got a plan for you here. We should be,
I think I know what's coming.
We want to see your name on these awards. So I've got a brilliant plan. What you need to do is you need to start practicing your starts better, get that first lap leader award, then lay it down in spectacular fashion. So me and Callum have got something to talk about on the commentary. Go right to the back of the pack, then get on an unbelievable charge.
Yeah, let's do it.
You can win points for the Dirty Hard Charger award. So effectively,
I just see how angry your dad
and the
is.
fastest
Just
lap.
To be fair, like any other weekend for him.
Oh, yeah.
Crash pit, go to the back of the pack. He'll be like, standard weekend now.
Yeah,
but
you could just delete the crash.
And then come back through again. Oh, I feel like
it makes sense.
Do you know what? I haven't given this enough.
Lifelines in me and just shot through.
I have not given this enough thought. When you're charging back through the pack, you might even be able to pick up the Keck's fastest lap award as well, and basically make it a hat trick of awards.
Just do all three.
Yeah. Just rock up next round, fresh pair of knickers on, feeling good. Yeah.
We got a comment here. Who's that from? John Mitchell. John's tuning in. John.
Right, John.
Our man at the track that does the.
Actually, John helped me get through Fatcats.
There you go. John Mitchell. Ask him how his leg is now.
Every single practice race, I was over to him getting taped up.
I love old John. He's a good man.
Yeah. I had a crash at Cullen the week before. I had a hematoma on my leg. And he was, he kept me going. He was a good old boy.
Man. He's a good man.
Yeah. Fair play. Well, look, he is. We need him there. We need him to patch people up all the time. Actually, I need patching up as well. After doing the commentary.
I think there was 2 of them there at Fatcats, and they were both flat out.
Yeah.
You go over there for 2 minutes to see John, and you're there for half hour, and you're chatting away. He's a lovely old boy.
That's good, isn't it?
He's a nice bloke. Really nice bloke.
And did you see the Lifeline stand there?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, one of our sponsors. Yeah,
we went over to it. He's a lovely old boy as well. He was chatting there for a few hours.
Well, Dave was racing. Dave is out there, isn't he?
He's done all right as well, didn't he?
He's in the amateur class.
I think so.
No, amateur or Clubman class. Yeah, he did.
Clubman,
I
think.
Try that Lifeline stuff. It was quite good as well.
Yeah, obviously they're sponsors. They're sponsors of the fastest 40. Yeah, I'm going to start using it just for commentary.
I haven't tried it yet, to be fair. I know people who've tried it and they said it's pretty good. Like, it tastes good as well, because some of them taste nasty, those things.
We need as much help.
A bit of a buzz.
We need as much help from some of our sponsors as possible. I mean, I even put on the old Moto Verde arm pump just to do the commentary. So
I don't want to know why you put that.
I was gonna. I had to hold myself back. I can imagine you and Callum up there.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's talk about Landrake.
What do you reckon? Lacking the effort there, Jeff.
Callum, it's burning. Callum, it's burning. It's burning. What do I do? I've got left some on my hand.
Got to endorse the sponsors, haven't you? You got to endorse them. Right, Landrake. Before this spirals out of control, we're not past the watershed yet. Landrake. Charlie, as a rider, is it one of your more favourites?
Good track. Never ride good there, but it's a good track.
Yeah,
it's always prepped well, isn't it? It's prepped well. You feel like you're at a national when you go there,
and you can always hear that little rave going on in the woods when you're there. Because there's a weird man.
Saturday night.
There's a weird man who lives in the woods, like on the other side. You can hear it. I went crawling through there once, got cut up by brambles and that, and there's just one guy on his own raving. Wasn't worth it. Yeah.
So what was a weird night, that one, wasn't it?
It was a bit of a disappointment when I got.
I got to say,
12-year-old Callum.
What we've effectively done there inadvertently is probably encourage people to go into the woods now, which we shouldn't do. Stay out of the woods.
Don't go and see the man in the woods.
No, this man's horrible.
Let's just stop there.
Anyway, track is brilliant. Yeah, good track.
Track is brilliant.
Track's fantastic.
No, it will be. It's always good down there. I'm really looking forward to it. So look, let's wrap up the show with a good old bit of bench racing and banter. As we build this show up, we're going to start possibly doing prize giveaways on this next segment. Maybe even come up with a fancy graphic. I might even come up with a fancy graphic for it. Let's make our top predictions then. Only pros only, top 3. No money on it as such yet, Callum. Just for bragging rights. Start with MX. Yeah, beer would do. Beer would do.
Do you want
Go on
mine?
Or a lemonade now. I'm a new man.
then. Okay,
I will go.
MX2.
I hadn't even thought about MX2. You go first then.
Right, MX2. I
in MX2?
will go with. See, Carpenter's on a roll, isn't he? He's on a roll. I'm going to go with, because I actually haven't thought about this either until we're actually doing it.
Well planned out.
I'm going to go with Carpenter for the win because his confidence is incredibly high. Then I am going to go for Tom Grimshaw for second. He was good at Fatcat, carrying a bit of momentum. Now, I was impressed with Sam Nunn, although he didn't get the results of Fatcat, but he's injured, and he'll be coming back off an injury. So I'm going to go with Jay Haig for third.
Yeah, that's a good job.
Right. What's yours?
I think.
Charlie, fill in for him. What's yours?
Yeah, go on. I'm going to go Florian Mia.
Oh, I forgot about
yeah,
Florian.
I think Florian's going to be very good
I
there
forgot
as
he was coming back.
No, see, I think
He'll be good in
Florian's going to be good.
qualifying. It'll be good for a lap. No, I'm going Flo for the win. I'm going to go Grimshaw for the second because he's good at hard pack as well. And I'm going to go Callum Mitchell for third because he's turned it on this year.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm going to go
third,
Flo. I'm going to go Flo, Carpenter, and Jay Haig.
You just took mine and Jeff's and just made your own one, didn't you?
No, I'm just.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
That's like, copy it but put it in your own words.
Okay, my MX1
No, it's fine. I'll let you have it. Go on.
is going to be Gilbert. Is going to win it.
Nah.
No, he will.
Controversial from Putnam.
Gilbert's going to win
You've got to
it.
say, he's not even backing his own
Don't big him up
teammate.
too much.
Tommy will be second. Oh no, but no, Kulas, Tommy Gilbert. Sorry, Kulas, Tommy Gilbert.
I'm going to go Gilbert for the win again.
Say that again, because. Say that again, Callum. We've got a bit of internet connection problems here.
Me?
Say that again.
Me?
I'm going to go Gilbert for the win.
Oh, Callum's gone, isn't he?
Am I gone?
Again.
Gilbert for the win.
That's better. We're back in the room.
Yeah, are we in?
No, you're back. So, go for your top three again.
Right, Gilbert for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah. You getting this or not?
Oh, what a time for the poxy broadband to play up.
I'm going Gilbert, Kulas, and
go for it.
Sean.
Okay, Kulas.
Oh, we've got Frisia.
Kulas, Tommy, and Gilbert. Kulas, Tommy, Gilbert.
Right, I'm going to go for it. I don't think we're getting this because I'm getting issues here on a live bloody stream. Typically, the broadband's playing up. Yeah, the pictures, I think. So anybody watching, apologies about that. I'm going to go with... I didn't hear any of yours, by the way, because we're getting issues. I'm going to go with...
No cheating.
We might have to do this again. So I'm... no cheating. I'm going to go with... Josh won it last year down there, if I remember rightly. Kulas is strong. God, it's tough, isn't it? God, it's really tough. I'm going to go with...
It is tough. It is tough.
I'm going to go with, this time, as much as he's riding well, it's his home track, Kulas just to edge out Josh. And then Tommy in third. What was yours, Callum?
Kulas, Tommy, then Josh.
Charlie?
I've gone Josh, Kulas, Simpson.
Oh my God, didn't even get Sean coming back to it. And I dissed him earlier.
He's going to come back. He's going to be hungry and he's going to have it, I reckon.
Oh, it's going to be great either way. Either way.
It is. It's going to be a good
racing.
Can't wait. I'll see you all there.
Yeah. Yeah, you will. Well.
I'll be honest, mate. I need to get my
we
phone
should
on
leave it
charge.
at that anyway. Go on. Yeah,
I need to
no,
get my phone on
and
charge.
we got broadband issues anyway. So listen, that was fun. We'll obviously do this again, hopefully with better
Yes.
broadband connection. I can mess about with
Yeah,
more
it's good luck.
graphics and whatever.
I'll
Yeah,
make sure I'm at home for next one.
and I'm sure next time, once people see this first one on Facebook, we get more people coming on and commenting. We're finished with a Lewis Wigger. Lewis is watching. He's put up a comment. Looking forward to Landrake, but you're trying not to go over the bars on the step down. I remember that, Lewis. That was quite a big crash you had there. If I remember that from last year.
Yeah, it was.
Was it the year before?
Both of them
No,
can have
last-
some good crashes, can't they?
Ah, he's a good
Yeah.
crasher, Lewis, isn't he? Yeah.
Now you can have some good. Aiden's petrol cap come off or something at Fatcats as well?
Oh, I don't know. I always remember Aiden
brilliant
having a
problem.
massive one at in Ireland. Jesus. Oh, Mary, George. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Yes. But anyway, we'll all be down there. So Landrake is the 28th and 29th, obviously end of this month. So get yourself there. Tickets and camping tickets and everything is available on the website. I could be really pro here, which I think I might be, and even bring up the website address. Go and get your tickets from
You've
there.
been practicing.
No, I haven't. I wish I had the time to practice it. But we'll all be down there. Me and Callum will be once again on MXGB-TV doing the live stream and doing the best we can with that, and also having a lot of fun. Charlie will be out there going for the triple crown of awards, the fastest lap, the first lap leader award, and the dirty hard charger.
I'm going to crash now, and you two are going to go, yeah, he's doing it. Here he goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, fellas, I really appreciate you coming on. I'll see you down at Landrake. Charlie, listen, that underfloor heating is not going to lay itself. Crack on.
I know. I've actually got Will just turned up, and he's helping me do it now. He's been in there for an hour.
He's out there. Callum, go and have some quality time with the kids now. Well, no, they're in bed now, aren't they?
No, in bed now. Yeah, I'll just be able to bit of chill. I've got some work to do, so I'll see you in a bit.
Right, I'll see you at Landrake. Thanks, guys.
See you later on. See you in a bit.
There goes Charlie. Thanks for tuning in, guys. First ever rewind show of 2022. Yeah, we get more people involved, get it out there, but we've made a start with it. And we want you guys for the next one to get involved. Obviously, the more comments you throw at us, be them funny, factual, putting us in the right place, that would be good. But we'll see you sometime between Landrake and round 3 at Ling. And until then, stay safe, everybody. And we'll see you down in Cornwall. Take care. See you later.